Bonsoir, mes amis. I have started watching French or vlogs in French just on YouTube because that's how I learned English pretty much. And every time I listen to like a language that I kind of know, of course, if I'm listening to Chinese or Japanese, I'm not going to want to speak that language. But every time I listen to a language like that, even Spanish, for example, then I kind of start to want to speak it more. And I try to think, like, I always think in my head, and I try to think in my head in that language. Don't know if this makes sense, but I've had quite a few eventful days, especially yesterday. I was like, okay, let me tell you the story because I feel like I look weird. Let me tell you the story because this is kind of crazy. I so I was trying to park, okay? I was no, let's start from the beginning. I went to I hate let's start from the very beginning. So, I hate the city where I don't want to be too um strong, but and I do hate the city pretty much. And I don't want to be like ungrateful and unappreciative of what I have and all of these things. So I am grateful for where I'm living and for all the things I have and this all good. With that said, I do hate the place that I live in just because I don't like living in a city. I would love to be living in the countryside, which is my goal, or the seaside for that matter, but outside of a city, which is my goal, which I'm slowly but steadily trying to achieve. And so, yeah, Saturday morning, yesterday, I woken up pretty happy, which my ovulations passed now. So during ovulation, usually I have bad dreams or I can't sleep. Well, I can sleep, but I sleep really like just badly. And it's not like bad dreams. I have tormented dreams and sleep in general. So I wake up super tired. But then the first day after that's over, I wake up super feeling super refreshed. So that was yesterday, basically. And then I head downstairs, I have my breakfast and everything, and then I go and run some errands with my mom in the city, in our neighborhood. After, I want to say 30 minutes of just being outside, I was so tired. Like my energy, all the energy that I had, all the positivity, all the goodness that I had finally gotten back in within me was gone. And I was like so mad. And also because when I speak about this with my parents, they don't understand it. They cannot uh, empathize with this situation because they are not like that, especially my dad. My mom gets it a little bit, but my dad is just like he's one of those people that if you tell him like, "Oh, I'm depressed and like I'm sad or whatever," he's like, "Oh no, oh don't be depressed." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay, thank you, really, like that really helped." So yeah, he's one of those people. Um, so I've decided to just get my car and go outside in out in the countryside and to find some peace, which I did. And I've had my lunch and everything, and I just spent the pretty much the whole day in the countryside, which made me super happy and serene in peace. Time to go back to the city though, and find parking, which in like on a Saturday end of the afternoon is quite hard to do. So um this is where it gets intense. I have found a parking lot, all right? There was a guy that needed to get out of it and go, and I was standing. Um I wanted to draw it kind of, but I'm gonna show it to you, okay? Here I stand. There's a like parking lots here, of course, taken. On this side, there's parking lots as well. Um, and I was standing on this side, and here is the road, and here are the parking lots. The guy comes out of here and goes. I was here, so I needed to do this, right? There was a car coming from this um part of the road that needed to go ahead, and I didn't want to cut him off, right? Or cut her off. So I waited, and I had an indicator that showed that I was gonna take the parking spot, all right? And she just got into my parking spot. Usually, I really don't get mad for these things, but the thing that drove me crazy was the face that she had when she got out of her car, because I told her that was my parking spot. I honked at her. I might have said a slight swear word, but she didn't even understand it because I was in my car. And so she knew that she knew even before taking it, okay? The face that she had, like the facial expression that she had on her face when she got out of the car, oh my God. I never get like irritated or angry at these things, but my heart started pounding so fast. And I was like, I gotta do something. Like, she cannot. I became like, I wanted revenge. I wanted to, like, and I'm not like this. So I was like, who is this person? But her face, like, oh my God, I'm so irritated still, clearly. But yeah, whatever. So I stood there. I didn't even do anything. And I found a parking spot eventually in front of the other one. And sorry if this is not clear, but I am like emotional still. And I started Googling what can you do in this kind of scenarios. And a guy was like, oh, I poured like something on their windscreen. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea, actually. I can go and get like some cream, like some whipped cream, but not whipped, and just pour it onto her windshield, windshield. Sorry, that part of the car, or on top of it, or behind on the rear window, whatever. And so I went to the supermarket and I ended up getting yogurt. So I texted my best friends. I have a group with them, and I was explaining the situation. And one of them, she is the daughter of two lawyers. It's important to know. She was like, oh no, karma's a bitch. Don't do it. You're gonna, like, it's gonna go back to you and whatever. So I was so frustrated, and she was telling me not to. I texted my parents as well, and my mom was like, no, yeah, do it, do it, do it, whatever. Because she is, I mean, you become revengeful when you are in here for too long, in my opinion. And my mom has been here pretty much her whole life. And so yeah, I ended up just leaving a note to her after like maybe a good 45 minutes standing like I was staying in my car and contemplating if I should do it or not. And I just ended up leaving her a note saying, there's a saying in Italian, which is basically, um, when you do something, expect to get it back, kind of. And so I wrote that down and I left it on her car. But I was so angry. And then in the meantime, I realized that I was so angry, not with this poor idiot, but with my parents that do not understand me when I say that I hate living here. Oh, and while I was waiting for the parking spot, because there's like it's kind of a dedicated lane, but not. There's a, oh, how can I explain this? Whatever. Bikes can pass there on the road where I was standing with the car waiting for the parking spot. While I was waiting, I got hit on my um, side mirror by a lady in a bike passing by, and she hit my mirror, saying that I was on her cycling path or whatever. So I was like, what have I done wrong? Like, I'm just waiting for a parking spot and I couldn't even park there. And you hit my car because I'm waiting for, and then my spot gets taken by a asshole. Like, what is this? Why? What? I mean, okay, so I was so frustrated. And I mean, if this doesn't prove to my parents that, and I don't know why this is so important, we'll get to this, we'll get to this later, but if this doesn't prove that this is a shitty place to live in, I don't know what will. So I went back home and I've told my parents that I realized that I was mad at them, actually, frustrated with them, not with the lady, because they don't understand my point of view and the fact that I don't like living here. And my dad was like, I think I phrased it as, you don't understand that that living in this shitty, in this city is bad. And he was like, no, but like this can happen in every city. And I was like, all right, more, even angrier if possible. I just slammed the door and went away again because I couldn't deal with anything more. And then I started crying. I melted down, whatever, did my thing. I breathed, I worked out, and then I was good to go again. But the thing is that I don't know why it's so important for me to have my parents understand what I'm going through while I'm here, basically. And like this shouldn't concern them. I shouldn't need their validation. If I don't like living here, then I don't like living here. You know, if they do like living here and if I don't, these two things can coexist. Like we don't need to have the same experience ever. Just because we do agree on a lot of things, it doesn't mean that we have to agree on everything. And this was my big revelation. I think I'm becoming dyslexic. Is it possible to become dyslexic? So, big revelation. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you this story because I still feel charged while I think about these things. And also today, this morning, I went out and I brought the little yogurt thing that I bought yesterday. And I was like, if the car is still there, I'm going to pour it on her car. I don't care. And the car wasn't there. So I threw it in the trash and I was like, forget everything. Like, who cares? It's going to take a while to forget her face because it was so irritating. But it's, everything comes back. So she will get what she deserves. And she was with her mom. Like, she was a bit older than me. I would say she was like 35, and she was with her mom, and her mom let her do something like that. How was she raised? I mean, that is so depressing to me. But anyway, quick story for you. Not so quick, actually. 15 minutes to tell this. I hope I was, like, I've made myself clear. I don't think I have, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I hope that you've had a better weekend than I did, and I send you, why do I need to send you something? I don't know. I send you this video, actually. Oh, no, I'm not sending it to you. I'm not sending this to you. I'm not sending this. I'm getting so confused. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching and listening, and I I wanted to say I send you again. Oh, what's happening to me? I appreciate you being here, and I will stop talking now because it's becoming ridiculous. Okay, thank you. Bye.